so accomplished, get everything and go flawlessly, and
My screen visible. Can someone confirm if my screen is visible?
Yes, we can see that, Sharmila.
Great.
If you stop sharing now, and then we'll get this plane on the runway. All right, let me just get this. Where are you? There we go. And I need to click on share sound. I made that mistake last time around. All right, here we go.
Announcing the arrival of World Travelers Toastmasters Club number 079679399.
We have proven that we do not have to be in the same room to be united, to encourage each other, to succeed, and to celebrate together.
Namaste, Atiti Deo Bhavo. In Nepal, we say guests are divine. So today we welcome you all to a full warmth to the Himalayas, which is the heart of our culture. Welcome to World Travelers Zoom Destination Nepal. Our flight will take about 1 hour and 45 minutes. So please fasten your seatbelt, keep those brightest of Nepali style smile on, because we will be recording this meeting. We hope to enjoy the colors, the energy, and the spirit of Nepal as we travel together. We have officially arrived. Please let me introduce our president, your guide, and Sherpa for today's meeting, Kathy Toe.
Thank you. And I'd like to invite our president for Lumbini Toastmasters Club, Nityan Deepak, to the stage to share with us Nepal.
Hello. Hello everyone, am I audible?
Yep.
Okay. So a very good evening, good morning, wherever you are, to all of the fellow Toastmasters present here. And hi, I'm Deepraj Nigam, Club President of Lumbini Toastmasters Club. And today, on this special occasion, on this special meeting that we are going to hold on from World Travelers Toastmasters Club and our Lumbini Toastmasters Club, and all the other members that have joined to this meeting as a guest. I'd like to welcome you all. And today we are going to have a wonderful session here so that we can know how the Toastmasters are over there all around the world. And yes, they are really doing great. And yes, one thing I would like to share is that today we are also going to enjoy how our country, Nepal, is beautifully welcoming to you all from the World Toastmasters Group and to all the fellow Toastmasters out there around the world. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, President Dipraj, for your warm welcome and inspiring words. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Namaste, dear Toastmasters. It is my privilege to serve as your Toastmaster of the day, your Toastmaster of the evening. Tonight's meeting is packed with learnings, opportunities, including prepared speeches, evaluations, table topics, language enrichment, and leadership development. Every role in Toastmasters contributes to our growth as communicators and leaders. Let me introduce our supporting role holders. Our grammarian kindly remind us that English is full of rules, exceptions, and words that are spelled nothing like they sound. Throughout the meeting, the grammarian listens carefully for effective language use, memorable phrases, and opportunities for improvement, helping all of us become more confident and polished communicators. Our grammarian this evening, today, joined Toastmasters more than 30 years ago. She is a past district director of District 26 in Colorado and remains an active and passionate Toastmasters committed to lifelong learning and leadership. Please welcome our grammarian, Nancy Wisdom.
Hey, I don't think I have anything more to say. I think you covered it all. I'll do my best to listen for bad grammar, good grammar, and all those quest words. And when I'm grammarian, I have two other quest words I watch for. Things, nope. And stuff, they mean nothing. Try not to use things and stuff in addition to not using the crutch words. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Nancy. Our next role is one of the most important and appreciated roles during Toastmasters meeting. Not because the timer is intimidating, but because they help every meeting run smoothly and successfully. Timing is essential in Toastmasters and in life. A speaker who masters time masters discipline. Our timer tonight, is an accomplished educator, trainer, and communication enthusiast, and award-winning speaker from Nepal. He is passionate about empowering learners through effective communication. Please welcome our timer, Chief Gurung.
Thank you very much. Namaste, respected Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and fellow Toastmasters passengers. Welcome aboard Flight WTC 2626 with non-stop virtual service from around the world to the beautiful city of Lumbini, Nepal, the birthplace of Lord Buddha. My name is Toastmaster Chef Gurung, and today I have the privilege of serving as your air traffic controller, also known as the timer. While our pilots, cabin crew, and passengers are busy delivering speeches, evaluation, my responsibility is to make sure that every aircraft departs and lands safely within its scheduled time slot. After all, we wouldn't want planes entering the holding pattern due to traffic congestion, would you? To help everyone enjoy a smooth, punctual journey, I'll be using 3 internationally recognized aviation signals. Well, sort of, almost. Green light means you have reached a cruising altitude, you are flying comfortably and have met minimum speaking time, no need to request an emergency landing just yet. Yellow light means you have entered Nepalese airspace and should be beginning your descent. Please fasten your seatbelts, return your tray table to the upright position and prepare to land. And red light means You are on the right ILS glide path. Air traffic control has cleared you to land immediately. Any extra sightseeing over the Himalayas should be kept to an absolute minimum. So our flight schedule today is as follows. We have one ice-breaking speech for the prepared speech session. It is 4 to 6 minutes long, green at 4 minutes, yellow at 5 minutes, and red at 6 minutes with 30 seconds of grace time. Other speakers, prepared speakers, speeches are of 5 to 7 minutes, green at 5 minutes, yellow at 6 minutes, and red at 7 minutes with the grace of 30 seconds time. Table topic speakers have 1 to 2 minutes, green at 1 minute, yellow at 1 minute 30 seconds, red at 2 minutes and 30 seconds of grace time to relax the thumping heart. The check pilots, aka the speech evaluators, have 2 to 3 minutes, green at 2 minutes, yellow at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red at 3 minutes with 30 seconds of grace time. Our journey evaluator final report will be of 3 to 5 minutes, green at 3 minutes, yellow at 4 minutes, and red at 5 minutes with 30 seconds of, again, grace time. Auxiliary role players like the grammarian and timer has 1 to 2 minutes for the report, green at 1 minute, yellow at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red at 2 minutes with 30 seconds of grace time. So please remember that the air traffic control is friendly but cannot negotiate with late arrivals. If you continue flying after the red light, I promise I will not scramble the fighter jets, but I may have to keep the red light on until you have landed safely. At the end of today's journey, I'll submit my official flight log with everyone's actual flying time. So whether you're taking off from London, Singapore, New York, Sydney, or anywhere else in the world, I wish you clear skies, smooth flights, confident landing, and absolutely no turbulence. Thank you for choosing the World Travelers and Lumbini Toastmasters Airlines. Captain Toastmaster of the day, the runway is all yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One of the greatest benefits of World Travelers Toastmasters is that we get to travel the world while remaining comfortably seated in our homes. No visas, no airline tickets, no jet lag, no lost luggage. Today, we are fortunate to have a virtual tour, an introduction to Nepal through Lumbini Toastmasters Club. Our guide tonight, is the president of Lumbini Toastmasters Club. He is a banker by profession, teacher by heart. Singing is his passion. He also loves mountains and listening to stories of people. Please welcome the president, Dipraj, and let us enjoy a visit to beautiful Nepal. Please, over to you.
Namaste, everyone, once again. I think I'm audible to all of you. And yes, as Toastmaster Shiv has said, you are warmly welcome to this wonderful airport of Nepal. And now I would like to share you the city tour, the Nepal tour to everyone available here. So let me share my screen. So is it visible to all?
It is perfect. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so here is some videos and presentation about Nepal. As we all know, Nepal is one of the smallest countries in the world, but yes, it is majestically big with culture, tradition, and various things that will make you learn each and every day about Nepal in a wonderful way. So let's move on to this wonderful country and watch some videos related to it.
Sorry, Dipraj, there's no sound. Is there supposed to be sound?
Yes, yes, it's supposed to sound. Let me check it once again.
When you do a share, when you do a share, you have to click that little checkbox that says system sound.
Let me check it once again.
So stop sharing and start again. Thank you.
Okay, now. Sorry for the trouble.
Do a stop share, Dipraj, and reshare from the beginning.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Just remember to check the little checkbox.
Save as system sound. I think that's the correct option.
Yep, that's the one.
Still no sound.
Sorry, Toastmaster of the day. While waiting for the flight to Nepal to be okay, can we just continue with the speaker? Then after that, while Dipraj is preparing the
Yeah.
video. Yeah, can we do after the speech? So we are not going to be delayed. Thank you.
Should the speeches till then, I will try to manage the things here.
Dipraj, okay. So,
Okay.
okay, thank you. So while waiting for the visit to Nepal, we'll continue with the prepared speeches, which are fascinating. Speaker spends days preparing. Each speaker today will share experiences, insights, and lessons that will inspire us to grow. Our first speaker is distinguished Toastmaster Rukiatu Ndiaye. She is a past district director of District 94 and a dedicated Toastmaster passionate about leadership, communication, and empowering others. Through her years of service, she has inspired countless members to develop confidence and leadership excellence. Her speech project is Presentation Mastery Level 1 Icebreaker. The title is Who is That Lady? Please help me to welcome Rukiatu Ndiaye. Please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster Freddy. Fellow Toastmaster and distinguished guests, many of you are eager to know who is that lady, the lady that recently joined our club, the lady named by some as distinguished Toastmaster and by others as past district director. Today, I decide to decline my identity by telling you who I am, where I'm coming from, and where I am planning to go with you as a fellow Toastmaster. Dear friends, my name is Rukia Tunjai. I was born in Mali, a vast country in West Africa. Mother of 3 grown-up children, I moved to the United States in August 22 under a special immigrant visa that was granted to me by the US Embassy in Mali after 20 plus years of loyal service. I come from a big family, a family of 10 children, and I rank as 6th in this family. For those who know African family, the first and last children have rights and privilege. The first children are prepared to take over parents' role and responsibility. They are part of the decision-making process of the family life, while the one in the middle have almost no say in what is going on in their own life. I grew up with this feeling of being neglected, being unheard, feeling that my voice doesn't matter at all. I grew up with the feeling of my emotion and my need not being taken seriously. And this has deeply affected my personal growth. Fortunately, I was able to turn this lemon into lemonade. I transformed this lack of consideration deep inside me as a will to grow, to succeed, to grab attention. So I decide to excel in everything I do in life, to be the best in everything, no matter what. And I cultivate the passion for excellence. In pursuing this excellency, I realized that something was wrong. I couldn't speak in public. I couldn't express my thought in meeting. I was always carrying with me this fear of being watched, judged, and criticized by others. I always have this feeling of discomfort. So I try to find a solution for that. In looking for solution, I came across this fabulous organization as Toastmaster. I joined it in 2009. As always, my passion for excellence, I tried to do very well while I was still Toastmaster. And what's happened to me, instead of working on my communication, I was pushed to take leadership role. After joining Toastmaster in 2 years, I was pushed to take the role of club president. Imagine, the same year I went to Kuala Lumpur where I met my district director who offered me the position of district secretary. After hesitating, because I thought that it was not possible for me to play as club president at the same time as district secretary. But I took the chance. I did so well that I was prospelled the following year to the position of division director. And then 2 years later, I saw myself in the district trial. Fellow Toastmaster, can you imagine? 2 positions cumulated the same year. And I took my club to the president distinguished. And that year also the district become distinguished, president distinguished. At that time we didn't have Smedley. But because I did so well, I become so popular that every leader wanted to work with me. I was attracted to the leadership role in the division and then in the district. Excellency helped me in my leadership grow, but slowed down a little bit my path to communication. And now that I'm a retired development specialist and the retired Toastmaster, I can say, because it has been such a long time that I didn't have the occasion to perform or to deliver a speech. I decided to come back on the floor to work on my communication skill, to sharpen it, and to become a motivational speaker. Who knows one day. So that's why I look for club during these 2 years, 3 years I've been in the state. But I couldn't decide to join one until I find out about World Traveler Toastmaster Club. This flying club that can take me anywhere in the world, anywhere that I wanted. So I decided to join World Traveler Toastmaster Club, and I'm here. So fellow Toastmaster, you know now who I am, where I come from, and why I'm here with World Travel Toastmaster. Please, 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 do not assume that I am a distinguished Toastmaster or past district director that I know everything about Toastmaster. I'm here to learn, to grow with you. I'm here to sharpen my communication skill. So let's make together this journey remarkable. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much, Rokiato, for sharing your story and helping us know the lady behind the title. Thank you so much. Our second speaker is Sharmila Gurung, currently serving as Division A Club Growth Director. She is both an academician and a medical doctor. She believes in simplicity and loves nature. Her speech title is Choose Your Battle. Please welcome Sharmila Gurung.
It was one of those days. I was heading towards my workplace as usual. And then, as I reached my department, I heard some noises. Loud voices. It's like fighting. Is this a battlefield? Good evening, presiding officer, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guest. Welcome to the office conflict. As the voices grew louder, curiosity got the best of me. And I started to inquire, Maya Didi, as someone who is a silent witness, a radio in the office, and know-it-all, my next-door neighbor. Turned out, a student was there to meet a statistician in our department for data analysis. And everything happened in between them, except for analysis. So conflict is a part of our life, and there will be conflict when we are fighting, when our favorite coffee cup is being used by others once in a while, when our chairs is still left broken, and there are some serious issues going on. Now, how did I respond? Let's unfold as we understand the phases of conflict management. First of all, identify the conflict. Discover what is the matter of discussion or what is the main topic or subject that brought the debate. However, since we are human, we must also be aware that most of the battles aren't about stapler pin or coffee cups, but that involves pride, miscommunication, misunderstanding, and varying points of view. Secondly, intervening. We must always be aware whether or not to intervene and when to intervene. In this case, we must always ask ourselves whether this case involves or demands our attention, demands our energy, and is it worth it? Since I chair the Ethical Review Committee, it was under my discussion, my jurisdiction, and expertise. It was in the best interest of the both student, researcher, and the research that I intervene. But not always all the battles are to be chosen. This is my daughter when I didn't choose the battle, when I left it. We had to go to our school for a school day, and she was not going. I turned the table, I threw her options, gave her plenty of dresses, and this is what she chose. This is a complete chaos. You can see she has a traditional attire followed by safari jacket, and you can see that Crocs there with socks, whatnot. Followed by when to intervene. In my case, like we said, all of the things were happening except the analysis. So there was no progress. We know that the student must end his research. So that is when I swooped in as a Superman. Whenever there is a loss of progress, loss of conversation, and a help is sought, we must intervene. When a stapler war turns into a star war, we must intervene. It asks for an intervention. Finally, mitigating the conflict. As I came across, I calmed myself. Then I listened to both of the parties. I understood that the statistician had actually, in fact, conflict with the methodology. The student and the study both had deviated a lot from deviated in terms of methodology from what it was actually planned, proposed, and approved. And then I said that as a statistician, it was in fact true to stand in his demand. But it is also the prerogative of this investigator that he can make necessary changes and amendments when required. But that comes at a cost. There is a process to it. So there has to be information to the research committee, appropriate approval has to be taken, and again, a process has to be followed, which is time-taking. So the ball was in the investigators or the students' court. Since the deadline was nearing, we all know we rush only when it's the deadline. And since he had to submit the work, he had no other choice but to continue with the present data. And so did the statistician continued. So, my dear friends, conflicts are a part of life. Conflicts are inevitable. Understand conflict. Choose a battle wisely and pick the one that matters the most. Resolve with respect and laugh the rest of it. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Evening, Ansel.
Wow. Thank you, Charmila. Thank you for those insightful reflections on conflict and decision making. Our third speaker is distinguished Toastmaster Sandra Nunes. Sandra is the Chief Financial Officer of Mountain Valley Petroleum, a past international director serving on the Toastmasters International Board of Directors. A speech title is Self-Awareness, the Gateway to Success. Please welcome Sandra Nunes.
As you take a moment to think back over the jobs that you've held throughout your life, I guarantee that almost everyone in this room today can recall that one coworker. You know the one who is habitually late, the one who spends most of the day speaking to other coworkers, online shopping, and scrolling TikTok reels. Well, thank God that in 2009, when I was working at a small regional office in Sacramento, California, and when I say small, we had about 10 people. Thank God that I was not that coworker. That coworker was my direct supervisor, David. And every day, David came in just a few minutes late to work. Every day, he spent time online shopping. We weren't really big on TikTok then, but every day he spent time just chatting with the other employees. And as time went on, I found myself becoming more and more angry that he was able to get away with this unacceptable workplace behavior. As time went on, I became so angry that I just simply decided to quit speaking to him. He would come in the morning, I was first in, and he would come in about an hour and a half after me, and he would say good morning, and I wouldn't respond. I wouldn't chat with him throughout the day. I would only answer if it was absolutely necessary to our job to do so. Well, unfortunately for me, a few months into this behavior, our office manager came to me and she said, Sandra, David is very upset. He has said that you are not speaking to him, and this behavior is making him very uncomfortable. Do you think it would help if we brought in a therapist for you and David to learn how to communicate with each other? Imagine your boss telling you she's going to bring in a therapist to help you be a better communicator. It was in that moment, and really, I think for the first time in my life, in that moment that I understood that David was not the most toxic employee at our office. It was me. And as I took time to think about it, I realized that at every job I had held prior to that, the same communication pattern emerged. Anger at my fellow employees for not doing as much work as I thought they should. Frustration with them for not being able to keep up with the amount of work that I thought that I was doing during the day. And it would show up not just at my work, but everywhere in my life, with my friends, with my family, with people I felt just were not keeping up with me or were not able to do what I thought they should do, were not meeting the expectations that I had for them. And in being hit in the face with the idea of somebody wanting to send me to therapy, I thought that I had better take a deeper look at myself. And really, this was the moment that I decided to embark on what I would consider a lifelong journey into self-discovery. And as I started to read more about behavior patterns and communication styles, it was really at this point in my life when I started to learn about emotional intelligence and the value that it plays in our lives, in every aspect of our lives, no matter what part you're in. And while there are different components of emotional intelligence, there's self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, many more components. The one that I really wanted to hit home on today is self-awareness. And self-awareness is the ability to see and understand your own thoughts, feelings, and actions. Self-awareness means to know your own strengths and weaknesses and to see how your behavior affects those around you. So in order to understand why this pattern of communication continued to show up at my jobs, I started to take a look at my past. And what I discovered is that in our family, and at that time we had at least 4 generations of my family alive, we were generation after generation a family of passive-aggressive communicators. And silence was our greatest weapon. And that is why it kept showing up in my jobs when I would just freeze people out. And I knew that I wanted to change it because when I was freezing people out, when I was giving people the silent treatment, I really wasn't doing any service not only to them, but to me, because it kept showing up in a way that said that I am a victim, that I am powerless to take control of my own actions and behaviors in any situation. In 2010, I came back to Toastmasters to fix that situation. This is a place where we have the opportunity to work with people from different cultures, different backgrounds, different languages. We don't always understand each other, but we get the opportunity to learn how to understand each other. We work with volunteers that don't have the same skill sets that we do. They don't have the same education levels that we do, the same life experiences, family experiences, but we can choose to understand ourselves enough so that when something happens, when someone says something that you didn't expect, does something that you didn't expect, didn't live up to an expectation that they didn't even know you had for them, you can choose to take a moment to step back and pause and to look at yourself and see why that's bothering you and how you can internally shift the situation. Once you shift yourself and your behavior and your awareness, I guarantee you that everyone else around you shifts as well. So I leave you with this, fellow Toastmasters and guests. In order to take back your power, in order to live the life that you want and to create the circumstances that lead you to your dreams, I challenge you to look deep within and learn how to understand yourself. Back to you.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Sandra, for those valuable insights into self-awareness and personal success. Our final speaker is Manu Giri, an accomplished educator, vice principal, teacher trainer, entrepreneur, and community leader. He has dedicated his career to educational excellence and learner-centered growth. His speech title is My Toastmasters Journey. Please welcome Manu Giri.
Good evening, presiding officer, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guest. Today, this is not just another speech. It is an opportunity to look back, reflect on my growth, and celebrate my Toastmaster journey. It was COVID-19 pandemic. The whole world was shut down. And Schools were closed, and as a teacher, I could not teach inside the classroom. One corner of my home had become my virtual classroom. Every day, sitting in front of my laptop, I would ask my students, can you hear me? Sometimes my students, they reply, yes, ma'am. But most of the time, the reply was, ma'am, your voice is breaking. During online classes, the internet connection was sometimes more emotional, than the students. It kept breaking again and again. One day, while just scrolling through the Facebook, I saw a post said by Sonali ma'am. I knew her because her child studied at my school. The post showed an online meeting, and somewhere on the screen it was written in the words Toastmaster meeting. I wondered, Toastmasters? What could that be? Is this an international group where people meet and eat the toast bread? Because whenever I hear the word toast, the first things that come in my mind was the warm toast bread with the butter and cup of tea. However, I was curious, so I personally messaged Sonali ma'am and asked, ma'am, what kind of meeting is this? She replied, it is a Toastmaster meeting, ma'am. Why don't you join us? She immediately sent me the Zoom link. I entered the meeting. I just joined the meeting. And when I entered the meeting, that I saw that everything was formal and well organized. Someone delivered the prepared speech, someone served as the timer, displayed green, yellow, and red signals. Another person evaluated the speech. There were also some people serving as the grammarian, counter, and tabletop masters. I watched everything carefully and thought, this meeting has a speaker, timer, evaluator, and so many role players. But where is the toast bread? That was my first Toastmasters master meetings. After the meeting, Sonali ma'am asked me, did you enjoy it? Would you like to join? As it was the middle of the pandemic, we were confined to our homes and social contact was very limited and the environment was discouraging. I needed an opportunity to learn something new and connect with the group of positive people. So I said, yes, I will join. After that, I began attending meeting regularly. At first, it took me some time to understand the Toastmaster format, like prepared speeches, evaluations, and meeting roles. Because those were all new for me. However, I continued attending meetings. I gradually realized that Toastmaster was not simply a place to speak, but it is a place to teach. It is a place to lead, mentor, and help each other to grow. I selected the pathway leadership development. Through Toastmaster, I became a part of community of educated, experienced, and supportive people. Whenever sometime if they pointed out my weakness, they did not do so to make me feel small, They did it to help me to become better. My evaluators, they did not simply say, you did well. They also told me this is how you can improve your speech even more effective and better. To be honest, in the beginning, I received an evaluation. A little voice inside my mind would say, I thought my speech was already good. So why are so many suggestions? But I thought, actually, I understood that suggestions in Toastmasters are not criticism. They are gifts that help me grow. Even before joining Toastmaster, I could speak in public. I'm a teacher and a school leader. I regularly communicate with students and teachers and parents. I have organized events, facilitated training sessions, and addressed different audiences. So it was not that I could not speak. However, Toastmaster taught me how to speak with structure, well structured. Now, whenever I prepare to speak, I ask myself, what will be my opening be? What is my central message? And which story can relate or connect with my audience? And what should the audience remember when I finish? Toastmaster has taught me not only how to speak, but also when to speak, how much to speak, what to say and what not to say, and perhaps most importantly, what not to say. Believe me, learning what not to say is also very important leadership skill, I think. Toastmaster has positively influenced my professional life as well. I now feel that I communicate with greater confidence, clarity, and structure. I also have learned the importance of meeting, in importance of mentoring, actually, mentoring. If we keep what we know only to ourselves, it remains knowledge. But when we share it and help someone to move forward, the knowledge become leadership. Of course, this journey has not always been easy because my professional responsibilities, school duties, and some of my family commitments and other obligations, I could not attend weekly meetings. But I sometimes I think like that I will complete this project later. The later became next week. The next week became next month, and sometime next month became a years. But I did not leave Toastmaster because I know that I still wanted to grow. I still need this community. Toastmaster has not made me a perfect speaker, but it has made me a better speaker than I was yesterday. And it has taught me to become leader who listens, learns, and experience, supports others, and moves forward together with the team. But therefore, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Sonali ma'am, my mentors, my evaluators, and my entire Lumbini Toastmaster community. Today, whenever I hear the Toastmaster, three things comes in my mind. That is confidence, community, continuous growth. Let me conclude this with my words. I joined the Toastmaster out of curiosity. I continued because of my community, and I grew because of my opportunity. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Manu, for taking us through your inspiring Toastmasters journey. This was really, really, really insightful. Now, let us come back to the visit of Nepal and enjoy this beautiful country. Please, President of Lumbini Toastmasters Club, over to you.
Right, once again. Can you all hear me? So coming to this session again, with the wonderful videos that I have brought to you. As we all know, that is a country, mountainous country filled with various cultural diversities and traditions that are way beyond history, leading us to this session with a video. So as you have seen in this video about the mountains, the beauty, the culture, the tradition that lies here, you would be also seeing some of the geographical things here. I would like to share.
There is a place on Earth where the sky begins. Nepal, a small nation, an extraordinary concentration of giants. 8 of the 14 peaks on Earth that rise above 8,000 meters, all here. Mount Everest, at 8,848.86 meters, the highest point any human can stand on this planet. Not a goal, a reckoning.
Welcome to Lumbini Pradesh, a land of serenity and wonder, home to historical treasures, diverse landscapes, and endless adventures. Discover the birthplace of Lord Buddha at the Maya Devi Temple. Explore the Ashoka Pillar and the many international monasteries that reflect the region's rich cultural heritage. Experience the breathtaking diversity of Lumbini Pradesh. From the lush Tarai plains to the rolling hills and serene rivers, the region offers a picturesque backdrop for every adventure. Discover hidden gems in nature, ideal for hiking, photography, and simply soaking in the natural beauty. For the adventure enthusiasts, Lumbini Pradesh offers thrilling activities like rafting, trekking, and scenic nature walks, surrounded by breathtaking landscapes. Indulge in the culinary delights of Lumbini Pradesh. Savor the rich flavors of traditional Nepali dishes. Experience the spicy and tangy taste.
sharing some of the last videos. Wow.
In Nepal, there's an ancient saying, Atiti Devo Bhava. The guest is God. And in a Nepali homestay, you don't just feel welcomed, you feel like you've come home. You sleep where the family sleeps. You eat what the family eats. You wake up to home-cooked Nepali food, join the morning routines, and before you know it, you're not a tourist anymore. You're just family. And the choice is yours. Mountains, jungles, ancient towns, hilltop villages, homestays across Nepal from Sirubari to Nagarkot, Bardia to Palpa. Every location, a completely different Nepal. Local guides take you into the heart of the village. Things no guidebook covers and no tour bus ever stops for. The food alone is worth it. Home-cooked dal bhat, fresh sel roti, vegetables grown out back, spices ground by hand. You will never look at a hotel breakfast the same way again. There's a moment, usually on a porch, usually at sunset, when you realize this trip gave you something a five-star hotel never could. Experience Nepal the local way, because the real Nepal isn't in the brochure, it's at the dinner table.
So that's all about Nepal. I have tried to share the culture, the tradition, the food, the vibe. I hope all of you have enjoyed the videos a lot. The videos were downloaded and shared from our Nepal Tourism Board's Facebook pages. So all the copyright goes to there. And thank you all of the Toastmasters. I hope you enjoyed those things. And yes, I would like to welcome you to Nepal. Visit once for here, and yes, you will be remembering Nepal all over your life. Thank you.
Thank you, President Diprach. Wow, wow. Thank you for these photos, videos, and the visit. I felt like I was in the streets in Kathmandu. After this wonderful presentation of Nepal and the prepared speakers, let us now move on to the table topic that give us the opportunities to think quickly and speak confidently. This is the segment where we transform a random question to a speech. Leading us through this exciting segment is a remarkable Toastmaster who is known as a smart worker, fast learner, and lifelong learner. She is a past district director of District 87 and former region advisor. Please welcome our Toastmasters, Table Topics Master, Distinguished Toastmaster, Silva Boas. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmasters of the Day, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. President. How are you, everyone? Tapay kasto hunu huncha. So I'm going to lead and have several questions in my hand. But in doing this, I'm going to call my partner in crime to do the screen share. Ram, are you ready? All right, timer. Could you please let me know how many minutes do I have? Because I think we're a little bit late. So How many minutes? Is it 15? All right, 15. Perfect. So we're going to have 4 or 5 table topics participant. So first of all, let us introduce the guests. From Nepal, anyone from Nepal, please do raise your hand. And I'm going to call you as the first table topics. All right, anyone from Nepal? Or I'm going to call Mr. President. Oh, Shensi. Hi, Shensi. Could you please unmute yourself?
Hello.
All right, perfect. So Shensi is with us. So Ram, please do the spin. Ta-da. So Shensi, you got Solomon Island. So my question to you is that what specific tradition that you're going to learn in Solomon Island? What specific tradition that you're going to learn in Solomon Island, Shensi?
Well, do I have the time to research about it? No? Okay. So, greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am a Gabalier from my school and also the president. And if I were to get any specific traditions from Solomon Island, then it would be, I've heard one of them. It was like they used to use shells as money. Now, in our present modern days, we use currencies like paper made, wood made, like thin sheets of like as a currency, like this is 1 rupees, imagine this is 1 rupees and stuff like that. But back in the days, like even nowadays, locals use like shells as currencies, and I find it really like very cutesy and like they're preserving their culture. And it's quite fascinating seeing the locals still like enhancing their cultures even now. And it would be really like wholesome to go on a hunt, collect different shells as the currencies. And now, more that I've researched about it, I've also heard about the panpipe music, which I would really love to hear. I am a, I am I don't know what type of person I am, but like I'm the type to listen to anything. If I like it, I'll listen to it. It might be horror, it might be pops, it might be anything, but it's like I'm a bubbly person. I'm open to anything. And I would love to hear the panpipe music. Okay. And moreover, about the laws, I feel like every country has different laws, different beliefs, rituals, religions. As for Nepal, we have different religions, castes with their own different festivals. I feel like I've heard about Solomon Islands having their own different traditions, beliefs, and one of them was custom, which refers to like traditions. It's quite similar how we pronounce like customs, and I find it really intriguing. And I would love to learn about how they talk, their languages. I love learning languages. If I see something that I want to learn it, I'll learn it. And after hearing about Solomon's Islands, different languages, I wouldn't mind learning about it. And with this, I hand the floor back to you, Mrs. Toastmaster. Oh, sorry, Table Topic Master.
Right, perfect, Shensi. So I never visited Solomon Island also, but seeing your question, listening to your answers, actually you are eager to learn everything in Solomon Island. Perfect. So the second Table Topics participants, I'm going to call our friend from World Travelers, Michelle.
Okay, I'm here.
Yay, Michelle. All right, so please do the spin, Ram. And Michelle got Hong Kong. Perfect. So,
Oh my
Michelle,
goodness.
my question to you, what would be the main activities on your list when you visit Hong Kong? What would be the main activities on your list when you visit Hong Kong? Michelle.
Madam Table Topics Master and fellow Toastmasters, and of course, very honored guests. I have never been to Hong Kong. My son's been there, but I've never been there, and I haven't had that opportunity. If I got to go to Hong Kong, I would want to meet the World Toastmasters Club members that are in Hong Kong because I know we have some. So it would be so perfect. It would be such a great opportunity to meet some of them in person. I actually live in southern New Jersey near Philadelphia, and I was not able to go to the conference last year, and I understand 33 people from this club went. And you were even on the Toastmaster magazine cover. What an opportunity I missed. But my son had other plans with his family, so what can I say? That would be my number one thing to do in Hong Kong would be to meet in person with fellow World Travelers Toastmasters. I hope to go to Paris. I think Paris is next year. Et je parle un peu français, c'est bien ça. So I hope to go to Paris and I hope to meet some of you then. Back to you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Oh my God. So I can conclude that Michelle is a true Toastmasters because first things first to do in Hong Kong is to join and attend Toastmasters meeting to meet fellow Toastmasters. Wonderful, Michelle. So the third table topics participant, our guests from Nepal, anyone? Anyone? May I call Mr. President to choose the member to be participating in our table topics? Otherwise, I will call our guests. Ravindra. Ravindra, are you with us?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Yay, perfect. So Ram, please do the spin.
So is it spinning?
Yep. Armenia. Congratulations. Three things that you could only bring when you are in Armenia. Three things that you could only bring when you are in Armenia. Ravindra.
Okay. Thank you, dear Table Topics Master. Now, the topic given to me is 3 things I could only bring when I am in Armenia. If you ask me, first I would like to bring back a story. Armenia is a country with a very deep history and culture. Everywhere you go, there is a story behind the place, the people, the architecture, and even the food. So I would bring back a story that I could share with my friends and family because a good journey becomes even more meaningful when we can tell someone else about it. Now, second, I would bring back a feeling. Now, I am a traveler and I used to go to places of my dreams, like Paris, Eiffel Tower, where I was on the eve of Christmas, last Christmas, and Zurich on the eve of New Year. Now, if I could be in Armenia, this is going to be one memorable moment that I would like to choose, and I want that to be in my mind, my heart forever. So, and the third thing that I would like to bring back is memory of photographs because I love to keep pictures that will always be a memory for the rest of my life and that will always stay. And I could just share with everyone saying that this is Armenia. Just like what our president was sharing about the beauty, the beautiful place in Nepal. So I think a story to share, a feeling to treasure, and a memory to keep will be just what I would like to bring back. And with that, thank you, Table Topics Master. Back to you.
Wonderful, Dr. Ravindra. So the memory, feels, and the story. And we are so looking forward to listen to your story when you visit Armenia. So the final table topics participant, we do have Susanna. Susanna, are you with us? Otherwise, I'm going to call the one who has been raising his hand,
I
Elios.
am here.
Oh, okay, Susanna, yes.
To the next person, I'm sorry. I couldn't get myself off mute.
No worries. So this is going to be a role play, table topics role play. So Elios and Susanna, you can join this role play. This is the special role play of table topics. Please do the spin round. Australia. All right. So imagine Elios is a Toastmasters member visiting Australia, and Susanna is the native Australian. Susanna had zero knowledge about Toastmasters, so it is time for Elios to introduce Toastmasters to Susanna. Time given will be 2 to 3 minutes because this is the role play. So Elios, are you ready? As the brand ambassador of Toastmasters, what magic words that you could do to influence Susanna? And the final goal is that Susanna say yes to join Toastmasters, at least to join the meeting. All right.
Oh, okay. Maybe you can start, Miss Susanna.
Hello.
Oh, hello. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Are you
Hey,
visiting
Miss
a fine country?
Susanna. Yes, it is freezing here in Australia, and it will be warmer if you could join our meeting. What do you think?
Meeting? What kind of meeting?
Hello? Yes, in the meeting, you will see someone that will give you some feedback. I know that you really love to speak. So what do you think? What kind of topic that you want to share in our meeting?
Well, what kind of meeting is this? I don't know that I need to go to a meeting. Why
Well,
do
the
you want me
meeting
to
is
go to a meeting?
about you. We are so excited to host you. We are going to talk all about you. What do you think about it?
A meeting about me? You don't even know me. What would I tell you
Yes,
about me?
yeah, that's why.
I am just
That's
a
why
very
we are
simple
hosting you in our meeting.
I'm a very simple
Yes, the topic of the meeting will be welcoming the queen of networking, Mrs. Susanna. What do you think about it?
I think that I'm a very simple rancher here in Australia, and I am not the person that goes to unknown meetings and shares their life.
No worries. You are invited here because the stage is for you. This is definitely for you. Even the state's name, the club name called Susanna Smith Toastmasters Club. We are ready, so ready to host you. So what do you think about it?
Oh, what does Toastmasters even do?
Well, I think we should go now because yes, it is traffic. Like I don't want to hit another kangaroo here. Let's go.
All right. Thank you so much, Susanna and Edie. Nice try, Edie. You know, never give up. Never give up. Always influence our inform. Keep inviting the persons until she says yes. Wonderful. Thank you so much. I thank to everyone who participated. We have 5 table topics participants and also my partner in crime, Ram. Thank you so much for helping and supporting me. Now I'm going to give the control back to our Toastmasters of the meeting, Dr. Anselm. Thank you, everyone. Dhanyavad.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Silva, for conducting such an engaging table topic session. And congratulations to all participants for this spontaneity in joining this table topic session. In Toastmasters, feedback is the breakfast of champions. The evaluation section helps us become better communicators and leaders. Evaluators are like the quality assurance professionals of the meeting under the leadership of the general evaluator. While the rest of us are enjoying speeches, they are quietly observing everything, every transition, every role, every tiny detail. Nothing escapes them. Leading this segment is our general evaluator, Letitia Diallo. Letitia has always had a passion for numbers, which naturally guided her toward a successful career in accounting and finance. Beyond spreadsheets and financial reports, she loves traveling, learning about different cultures, and meeting people from diverse backgrounds. She also enjoys experimenting with new recipes in the kitchen. Originally from Burkina Faso, she now calls the United States home, bringing a rich blend of experiences and perspective to everything she does. Letitia, our general evaluator of this evening, the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, fellow Toastmaster guests, and mostly to our friends from Lumbini Toastmaster Club. It's my pleasure to serve as your general evaluator for today's meeting between World Travelers Club and Lumbini Toastmaster Club. So as your general evaluator, my role today was to observe the meeting, oversee the evaluation portion of our meeting, and to look at the meeting as a whole, from the organization, transition to participation, the timing, and the overall experience, and then share my report. So to begin, I would like to invite our evaluator to share the report. So our first evaluator is Puspanjali. I apologize if I mispronounce your name. And Puspanjali will evaluate Rukiato. So the floor is yours.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, every Toastmasters here. Today I am evaluating DTM Rukiato. So, who is that lady? That was an intriguing question DTM Rukiato posed at the start of her speech. By the end of her presentation, we didn't find out who she was. We got to witness the resilience, humility, and extraordinary journey of a true inspiring leader. Delivering an icebreaker when you are already a past district director requires a unique kind of courage and humility. And Toastmaster Rukyato set a brilliant example for all of us today. DTM Rukyato, your technical delivery in this virtual setup was outstanding. Your eye contact directly into the camera created immediate connections. Your vocal variety kept us completely engaged, and your presence was calm, confident, and warm. There are three key elements made your speech stand out. A powerful narrative arc. You took us on an incredible global journey from growing up in a large family in Mali through 20 years of dedicated service and immigrations in US, raising the three children, and you demonstrate how you turn lemons in lemonade. Anchored by your strong personal value, a will to grow and passion for excellence. And the second is authentic vulnerability. Despite your high level of leadership experience, you were refreshingly honest where you started in 2009. A fear of public speaking, feeling judged, and seeking a solution in Toastmasters. Inspiring humility. My personal favorite moment was when you shared that you were not here today as a past district director, but as a fellow member here to learn, relearn, and grow. That attitude reflects the spirit of continuous self-improvement. Because you operate in such a advanced level, my recommendation today focus on narrative depth than mechanics. You lived a remarkable, rich life to cover every excellence of your life, juggling as a dual role, club president and district secretary in all 4 to 6 minutes icebreaker and was swept a milestone. For future speeches in presentation mastery, I challenge you to zoom in a single turning point, such as chaotic moment when you're asked to take a district secretary when you are serving. With that, I also want to say that DTM Rukyato, you gave a masterclass in resilience, leadership, and long life learning. She proved that no matter how high we climb in leadership, our personal growth journey never truly ends. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Pushpanjali, thank you. Thank you for your thoughtful evaluation. So now let's move on to our next evaluator, Fatima Shavik, who will be evaluating Shamita. Fatima, the floor is yours.
Tonight to deliver the speech that was both.
Okay.
You didn't hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and special congratulations to you, Shamila. Tonight you delivered a speech that was both personal and deeply insightful. You took us from a heated office confrontation to a quiet parenting moment. And through both stories, you taught us that conflict resolution is not about winning. It's about understanding. You successfully met the project's purpose by sharing your real-life experience with conflict. And you did so with authenticity and charm. And the most helpful thing, that you used slides. Well done. Shamila, you demonstrated several strong communication skills. First, your storytelling was engaging. Your opening line, I heard some loud noises. Is this battlefield? Created suspense and immediately caught our attention. Your voice and descriptions helped bring the story to life. Second, your speech had a clear structure. You showed us 3 steps: identifying the conflict, finding the cause, and resolving it. This made your speech easy to follow. Third, you used contracts very well. You compared the conflict at the office with the calm conversation with your daughter. This showed that different conflicts need different approaches. With the students, you were a mediator. With your daughter, you were a facilitator. So this showed your understanding of conflict resolution. Now let's look at 2 areas that can make your speech even stronger. First, improve your analysis and transitions. You found the real problem, the difference in methods, but you could explain that more clearly. You could say the supervisor wanted to protect the rules while the student was worried about the deadline. That was the real conflict. Also, use a smoother transition when moving to your daughter's story. Second, make your conclusion stronger. Your ending felt a little rushed. Give the audience one clear message, such as conflict is not always a problem. Sometimes it helps us understand and grow. The key is knowing which battle to choose. This would make your ending more memorable. Camilla, this was an excellent speech. You shared personal experiences with confidence and sincerity. Your storytelling, clear structure, and use of contracts made your message interesting and meaningful. Thank you for sharing your story. Well done. I benefited a lot from it. Back to you, our evaluator.
Thank you, Fatima, for the valuable feedback. Appreciate it. I would like now to invite Neha to evaluate Sandra. Neha, the floor is yours.
Hello, Toastmasters and guests. I'm Toastmaster Neha. They say the first step towards improvement is knowing yourself. And tonight, our speaker, Toastmaster Sondra, gave us a wonderful opportunity to look not only at what was said, but at how it was said. Let me begin with what particularly worked well for me. The topic, self-awareness, was highly relatable. We all have expectations from our colleagues, friends, families, and sometimes even from our Toastmaster teammates. And when those expectations aren't met, we think, what's wrong with them? The speaker challenged us today to replace that question with, what is the situation teaching me about myself? That is a powerful shift for me. I also appreciate the personal element in the speech. You admitted you were a passive-aggressive communicator. Your vulnerability made our message more authentic and conveyed and connected us emotionally. Your structure was easy to follow: expectation, disappointment, reflection, and learning. As you said, that the suggestion about therapy hit you in the face, I would have loved to see you give the audience some tips about how we can follow to improve our self-awareness about ourselves. Like what things could be done differently. That would have added another star to your and feather to your cap. Perfect use of voice modulation. Your anger, your frustration, all was conveyed to us. The pauses were spot on. And you also had a takeaway message. You really opened the gateway to success today, and the key was self. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Neha, for such constructive feedback. Now let's move on to our last evaluator. Last but not least, I will now call on Vasanti to evaluate Manu.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Namaste, Manu. Can I invite everyone in the audience to join me to applaud Manu for completion of leadership development? I think with this project, she is now completing her level and taking on the next step to take another pathway. Manu, let me go about what I loved about your speech, after which I would be giving you the recommendations. Firstly, the story was very vivid, structured, and it started too well with you setting the stage for your story of how you got into Toastmasters. The time was COVID-19, and you brought along the sequence of how you met and got into Toastmasters. Second, your body language was very clear and intentional. I would like to call upon a few things when I want to applaud you on the body gestures. For example, when you asked your students, "Can you hear me?" you showed your hand gestures very well. And you had humor throughout your speech. A couple of places where I felt there were pockets of laughter was when your internet became more emotional than you. I think that was the time when everybody in the audience were reacting. The second time was about when you talked that Toastmasters was a place where you could eat people eating toast with butter. And you brought in the prop very carefully, the cup of tea. So I think that was another place where the audience broke into laughter and I could see the emojis flying on the visual screen. The third thing is about your vivid language and some rhetorical devices that was captivating. Example, you had a lot of rhyming words, some of which I picked up were educated and experienced, speak with structure, confidence, clarity, community. All of those words gave depth to your story. The fourth thing is about how you brought out the structure of the story from how you started and where you stand now. That was an entire visual capture of your journey. So I think it suited very well to the topic that you took to attempt today. Now, let's move on to where you could consider some improvements in your speech. Point number one was I found that you were speeding when you were in the middle of the speech. Your start and your end were a little different about the pace that I'm talking about. During the speech, I think you were just rushing a little bit. That was something that was very difficult to follow. Point one. Number two was the purpose for this reflection of the path is about giving a clear example of how this leadership journey helped you. So I didn't catch any example or personal story of how you were before this project and how after completing this leadership development pathway you had gained some experience. Finally, for the summary, I think you had a beautiful summary about how this community came together to give you the confidence and opportunity. Had you just gone a little slow or repeated the summary, I think that could have been the most impactful message about Lumbini Toastmasters as well. Thank you, Manu. Keep going, keep moving forward. Aage badhte rahna. Namaste.
Thank you, Vasanji. Now let's move on to our grammarian, Nancy. Nancy, please give us your report.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guest. I love that. Not just a guest, but an honored guest. I can't remember who said that, but that's great. The reason I joined World Travelers Club, because I'm from the United States, the middle of the United States, actually very close to where World Headquarters is. I wanted to meet other people from around the world. I've done that. But I'm telling you, I'm impressed that those of you who English is your second language and you come up with some really great words to use. I couldn't remember those words. I'm telling you, and I had learned one language, but still, I'm totally impressed, totally impressed. So let's begin with our Toastmaster. I wasn't expecting him to greet me as grammarian with all of his creative words, and I forgot to write them down. I wasn't expecting that. Very, very flowery, as the word goes. Very, very descriptive of what the grammarian does. I appreciate that. Let's see, on Chev, help me if I pronounce your names wrong, I'm sorry. I liked when you talked about the flight, the punctual, the timer here, the timer. Punctual, and the great analogy to the flights. The green is put your computers away, store all your other equipment, put your trays. The whole scenario was very, very creative and very apropos to World Travelers Club. We travel flightless. I love it. Speaker one, Rocchiato. Again, this is good for me to learn these. you used the phrase turn lemons into lemonades. And again, for someone whose English is probably your second language, to know those phrases that we used in the United States, that's just, I'm so in awe of the ability. Then there's an for myself. You've started, you were in your one sentence, you started to use come and then you changed it to came, you caught yourself. I thought that was great. And then you started see and then you went to the past tense saw. Those are great. You recognized your mistake. And you did have a couple of so's there. Speaker 2, Sharmila. I like the word intervene and I like the word Superman. It's a great expression. I think we use it periodically, but it's a great expression to explain something that's kind of out of the ordinary. I didn't catch any other crutch words. Fantastic. Speaker 3, Sandra. I like the word toxic. Very good word there. Hit in the face was mentioned in the evaluation. That's a great expression. The lifelong journey and self-discovery, the whole phrase was I thought was a great way to explain that. I like the word component, the parts. Instead of using parts, you use the word components. Of course, passive aggressive. Most of us don't talk about what we are. I had that in high school, and I don't remember what I am now, but I think there's 4 basic ones. And I think I heard one so. Great job. Speaker 4, Manu. I didn't catch any good phrases or good words, but I did catch several ahs, and I catch them because I'm guilty of usually having the most ahs in a meeting. So I don't know if I'll beat you today or not, but it's always a challenge for me not to use the word ah. As the Toastmaster, again, back to Ansalam, you said the meeting where we do something. I think it should be the meeting when. And again, a little difficult for someone who English is not their native language. Right, another paper. For table topics, Silva had an all right, a so, and a now. And then the participants for table topics, Shensi, I like the word fascinating. That's a great word. And moreover, I don't know that I've heard that phrase as a transition. It's a great word to use instead of and or some of the other crutch words. I think I caught a so, a now, couple of likes, and some ands that was connecting your sentences. Probably just start the sentence and stop the sentence and then start again. Michelle, couple of so's, and I heard the word thing. It's okay. Somebody didn't like that I said that, but that's okay. I try not to use the word thing. Be descriptive. My thought is to be descriptive. Things is not descriptive. Let's see. Ravindra, I think I pronounced it right. Had an okay, a now, and a so. And I like that you summarized. I don't think anybody, you probably mentioned that in the general evaluation portion, but the summary, most of us forget in 2 minutes, it's hard to summarize, but you did. I like that. I like that. Suzanne had a well and an and Eolus had a well. Elios, excuse me, Elios. Elios. That was challenging. Good job. For the general, let's see, evaluations. Let's see, I'm trying to think. Let's see. Oh, general evaluator, Laiti, hope I got it right, had one evaluator 1, Puspanjoli, did I pronounce it right? If you're going to be in Vancouver, please come and tell me how to pronounce your name correctly. I caught a couple of uhs and a so, but I liked your word intriguing. Confident, I know it's in the evaluation part, but I think we need to use that word more. And then you caught yourself saying where and you changed it to when. Good job. Evaluator 2, Shafiq. Engaging is a good word, and you also use confidence, and you had one Evaluator 3, Neha. You had an and then you used the word powerful, and I like the phrase feather to your cap. That's a great phrase. That's a great phrase. Evaluator 4, Vazenti, had an and a now, and then you used the word intentional. I thought that was great. Depth to the story. That's a great phrase. Depth to the story. And you used the word capture. I like that. And and impactful. Congratulations, all of you, for being so resourceful with these creative words when English is not your first language. Now, some of you maybe, like Sandra, you can't count her, but also that would be my report, Madam General Evaluator. So, yeah.
Thank you very much, Nancy. I must say, this is the first time I'm hearing a full grammarian report. Someone who's really listening and paying attention to every single word. Thank you, Nancy. So now let's hear from our timer. Please give us the timing report and let us know how well we stayed within our allotted time. Timer, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster, Journal Evaluator, Toastmaster Latisha. Fellow Toastmasters, travelers, and distinguished passengers, here in Nepal, we have only one salutation for all the greetings like good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We say Namaste. So Namaste to you all. This is the Air Traffic Control, Lumbini, reporting the status of today's flight. I'm pleased to announce that we experienced excellent flying conditions throughout the meeting. Visibility was crystal clear. There were little turbulence, and most importantly, every pilot made a sincere effort to respect the scheduled flight time, though some overshot their given time. And here is today's official arrival report. The invocation piloted by Surya Kesnanda landed safely on time. Toastmaster of the day, Captain Ansel Sanu, if I pronounce correctly, I'm sorry if it's wrong, successfully navigated the entire flight on time, ensuring all passengers reach every destination safely. The tourism in charge, Mr. Deepraj Nigam Unai, took us on a spectacular tour of Lumbini, though captivating images, fascinating stories. Though his given time was 10 minutes, but he gave his presentation for 12 minutes, 55 seconds. Speaker number 1, Captain Rokiatu, DTM flew for about 7 minutes, 58 seconds. Speaker number 2, Toastmaster Sharmila Gurung, completed the journey in time, clocking 6 minutes, 13 seconds. Speaker number 3, Swandra Nunez, DTM, landed on time at 7 minutes, 25 seconds. And Toastmaster Manu Giri also landed with the time clocking at 7 minutes, 40 seconds. The table topic master, Captain Zilva Boyce, DTM, guided our spontaneous flights with precision. Our table topic short distance bush pilots reported the following flight times. Sensi finished her table topic at 2 minutes 35 seconds. Michelle at 1 minute 23 seconds. Ravindra at 2 minutes 26 seconds. Susanna at 2 minutes 35 seconds. Now let me go to our flight engineer, aka grammarian, Nancy Whitson, who took exactly 7 minutes 23 seconds. Although I know that the 2 minutes that a grammarian gets to report is, I think, a little short of all these things. Let's get to our check pilots, the prepared speech evaluators, who gave their reports as follows. Toastmaster Baral, the speech evaluator for Captain Roti Atu, DTM, gave her evaluation report of exactly 3 minutes 24 seconds. Fatima Shafiq, speech evaluator of Captain Sharmila Gurung, gave 2 minutes 40 seconds, took 2 minutes 47 seconds for evaluation. Toastmaster Neha, the speech evaluator of Captain Swandra, gave 1 minute 59 seconds. And Vasanti Ravi, the evaluator for Toastmaster Manu, took 3 minutes 24 seconds for her evaluation report. Apart from that, I'm happy to say that there was no emergency landing, no lost luggages, no bird strikes, and thankfully no passenger requested a parachute. A few flights remained airborne slightly longer than scheduled, but thanks to excellent weather and cooperative pilots, air traffic control was able to keep the sky safe and orderly. On behalf of Lumbini Control Tower, I thank every pilot for respecting the flight schedule and helping make today's international journey very, very enjoyable. Thank you, and may your next journey with World Travelers Toastmasters Club always have clear skies, favorable winds, and perfectly timed landings. Back to you, Captain Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Shiv. Thank you very much. We have to remember, effective communication is not only about what we say, but it's also about how well we manage our time. So now I will give my general evaluator evaluation. First, I would like to congratulate everyone who took part in today's meeting. This was particularly special because we had two clubs in a joint meeting. The meeting was well structured with a good variety of segments, including the prepared species, the evaluation, table topics. The different roles help keep the meeting moving and give many members an opportunity to participate. I appreciated the participation and support from everyone. We have to remember one thing: a successful Toastmaster meeting is not created by the speakers alone. It takes the Toastmaster, evaluator, grammarian, timer, table topic master, and every member and guest in the audience. Each person plays an important part for a successful meeting. My suggestion for the upcoming meetings, as we continue to improve, I will encourage everyone to focus on smooth transition, clear introduction, and most importantly, time management. For our evaluator, continue making your feedback specific and actionable. Tell the speaker what worked well and give them a practical suggestion that they can apply in the next phase. For all participants, remember that every meeting is an opportunity to practice, not only speaking, but also listening, observing, and supporting others. So overall, I believe today's meeting was engaging. Even though we went way over time, it was well organized and successful. We came together from different places, but for this meeting, we were one Toastmaster community. At least that's how I felt. As the world travelers say, let's fly fast for life. Today, we did exactly that. We traveled across borders through our voices, our stories, and our shared passion for Toastmasters. Congratulations to everyone who contributed to today's meeting. Thank you for allowing me to serve as your general evaluator. Thank you, everyone. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day.
Anselm. Anselm.
Well, while we are waiting for Anselm, shall we take a photo? I think his line just dropped.
Oh, yeah, his electricity cut.
Oh dear. Okay, why don't we take a photo while we try to see if we can connect back.
Yeah, everyone take a picture on your camera. Please on your camera, Sensi, Puspanjali, Wimbly, Cora. Everyone, please on your camera. Okay, please stop message. Okay, smile. Okay, next page. Give me a moment. Okay, smile. Okay, done. Thank you, everyone.
Well, I will jump to the closing address because I do hope that answer will be coming back soon. Can I request for Eliza to share with us the stamp that Elsa has created for this meeting to commemorate our joint meeting for World Travel Toastmasters Club with Lumbini Toastmasters Club?
You speak first.
It's always a exciting adventure, not only to travel the world, but also to travel with friends. And this is one of the stamps that Ensam has created for this meeting. So thank you to all our road holders for guiding the plane through the mountains and landing safely at the airport. We had a great time, and we're glad to see so many new faces, new roles, new attempts, making Toastmasters meeting even more vibrant and energetic. I would like to recognize our first-time road holders, our first-time Toastmaster of the day, Anson, who unfortunately has to leave the meeting early due to electricity shortage. Our icebreaker speaker, Ricciardo, our first-time speaker as a member of World Travel Toastmasters Club, Sonia. Our first time taking up the General Director role, Letitia. We are blessed to be supported by seasoned Toastmasters, role holders in our World Travelers Club as well as the Lumbini Toastmasters Club. We can hear from our very experienced timer air traffic controller who has taken the time to navigate us the plane through the 8 tallest mountain that is housed in Nepal. There is a very safe flight with him at the helm guiding us through this journey. And I like to recognize one of our, I would say, not say new speaker, but rather a young Toastmaster from Nepal who attempted in the table topics. Fancy. And according to what I have information received, she's not only just the club president of a gavel club in Nepal, but she's just 14 years old. And she's telling us the things that she would like to learn, the culture and the that she would like to learn from Solomon Island. Well, these are things which we may not be able to hear if not for our meeting. If it's not for Zoom, we might not be able to even see each other. Online meeting has a place and a role to play in the Toastmasters community. It allows us to break the barrier of geography, to break the barrier of time, to break the barrier of distance. And so, thank you very much. You are our handsome Toastmaster of the day. And this is our first time doing this role, and I'd like to congratulate you, recognize you for that. With this, I'm looking forward to see everyone in 2 weeks' time. Although that is the day whereby we have some members around the world that is attending the Toastmasters Convention in Vancouver, we nonetheless will still have our meeting, which is aircraft on ground. The next week, the following week, on the 29th, we'll be having a special meeting, which we will invite all our attendees at the convention, our members of the convention, to share with us their experience, meeting the friends, the experience learning at the convention. So do stay tuned, do join us in those meetings, and we'll see you soon. Our next joint meeting in September will be at Pakistan. Thank you very much. And I adjourn meeting because now we are running very, very, very. Thank you very much. Namaste. Now, since I have officially adjourned meeting, this is the time to call for feedback from the panel.